These custom molded front mud guards are for those of you that have a non-Rubicon 2018 and up JL that are looking for a mud guard that's going to help and keep a little bit of the mess from your front tire off of the rest of the side of your Jeep. This is going to be a pretty easy 1 out of 3 wrench installation. The fronts do require you drill 1 hole in either side, but it's just in the plastic inner fender liner, not a huge deal for most of you, and that's why we're sticking with a 1 out of 3 instead of stepping up to a 2, but we will show you how to get these installed in just a second. So in general, a mud guard, a mud flap, whatever you want to call it, is there to keep the tire from throwing stuff up on the side of the Jeep. So as you can see down toward the bottom here, the fender is a little bit narrower. There is a little bit of a gap down here where stuff can still get thrown from that tire up on the side of the vehicle. That can cause scratching, can just look dirty, and some people actually just like the look of a mud guard. So whether you're looking to get this as an aesthetic modification or as a functional one, these are going to do a really nice job. The reason that I like these is that, as it says in the name, these are custom molded. So these are designed specifically for your JL. Again, the non-Rubicon fenders, these are molded directly to them. They are going to use most of the factory mounting locations. Again, you do have to drill 1 hole per side. So it's not as though you're just buying something that's universal fit and sticking it on the Jeep. These actually flow really well. They look really nice, in my opinion, as far as a mud guard goes. And because it is going to be a little bit wider down toward the bottom here and extend a lot lower than your fender flare does, it is also going to be functional. So overall, I think you are gonna get a pretty solid product here. These are gonna come in at right around that $55 mark. If you're looking to get both a set for the front and the rear, because they do make these for the backside as well, you're gonna be in it for about the same, so around $100 for all 4, but again, we're just talking about the front here for $55, and I do think that is a pretty fair deal. So we said before, this is a pretty straightforward installation. Let me show you how to do it. For this installation, we needed a drill with a 1/16 inch drill bit, a small Phillips head screwdriver, or a punch would work fine as well, and also a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver and a trim removal tool. So now we're going to get started with the installation of our mud flaps. We are going to stick with a 1 out of 3 wrenches for this install, even though you do have to drill 1 very small hole. If you ever decide to remove the mud flaps and go back to a stock look, that hole would just be on the inside of this fender liner here, not really bothering anything. You're not really going to see it. So pretty easy to go backward. You're only drilling through plastic, so again, sticking with 1 out of 3 wrenches. So the first step in the installation is removing a couple of plastic clips. So you have 2 plastic rivets right here, and then 2 plastic push pins on the inside of the fender liner. We're going to remove those, and we can set those aside. We're not going to be reusing those for the installation of the mud flaps. So with these clips on the outside here, they actually have a little bit of a, almost a button on the inside of them that you're going to push in. We're going to use a small Phillips head screwdriver. That's just what I grabbed first. You can use a punch or a nail set, really anything that is smaller than the diameter of that hole. They are a little bit tough at first. You have to give them a little bit of a push, but once you push them in, then we can use a regular forked trim removal tool to remove the rest of the clip. With those plastic push pins removed, we can pull the inner fender liner out of the way, which gives us access to the area where those push pins were, and we can put these metal U-clips that come in the kit in place. So I use my trim removal tool just to bend this open a little bit, make it a little bit easier for me to get it over the plastic where it's designed to go. I might have to pry it open just a little bit more, just to get it to fit properly. And I have one more plastic U-clip that's going to go right here where that other plastic pin went. Same thing, I'll just use my trim tool to bend it open a little bit. Now I'll take the other 2 metal U-clips and we'll put them over the fender. I'm going to snap in place just like this over top of the hole where those plastic clips came out of. Use our trim removal tool here to open it up a little bit, make it a little easier for us to get over. Next step in the installation is to loosely install the mud flap using the included hardware into the clips that we just installed. We are going to leave it loose because all we're doing in this step is using the mud guard as a template so that we know where to drill our single hole. So as you can see, there are 5 holes in the mud flap. We installed 4 U-clips. So that 5th mud flap hole is what we're going to use as our template in order to know where to drill. At this point, we can get our drill with a 1/16 drill bit in here, line it up in the hole in the mud flap, so we know exactly where to drill our hole, and go ahead and drill. With our hole drilled, we can insert our last screw through the mud flap, through the hole we drilled in the inner fender liner, and then in this last hole, we're also going to use one of these U-clips, but this one's not going to have anything to clip onto. It really just gets used more as a nut than anything else to hold on the back side of this last screw. Once that's tight, we can go back and tighten up all the other screws. Then we can move to the other side, and the process is the same for the installation over here. So if you're looking for a high quality and custom fit set of mud flaps specifically for your JL, I would recommend taking a look at this option, and you can find them right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.